Hey, welcome to Mark's Basement Arcade and EM Chat Repair. Busy day today. Well, maybe. As you can see, we have Little Chief, the cabinet set up over here. We also got Victory up here. Grand Prix is gone, which is sad. I can't wear this. It's too heavy. Maybe I'll wear it again. My hair is messed up. Anyways, notice got the Comet shirt on again. Get all your bulbs at Comet. Yes, the best bulb store you can get. Let me get that for you. Hold on. Comet Pinball. Get your bulb needs at Comet Pinball for all your games. All my games will have Comet LEDs in them. This one doesn't right now, but it will be getting converted to Comet LEDs further along in its life while I clean it. Oh, I gotta fix a ball guide in it, so a little work on it. Gotta fix the driver board, but nothing much. But yeah, Grand Prix is gone, and I know it's in an awesome home. It's gonna be loved. It's a great game. I still don't know why I sold it, but gotta thin the herd. Gotta keep the games that I play a lot more. I really like that game. If I had even more room, I probably would have never let it go. But it's all about buying the games that you like a lot and keeping all the games you like a lot. So that's what I did. Yeah, sad. Yeah, sad. I'll be able to visit it. But yeah, I got a couple other games. I got my Flight 2000 that I got to work on yet that I love. I got Travel Time that I sold, and then I got another Travel Time for myself. So once I get the Travel Time I sold together, I will decide if I want to keep my own. So, which is something you never know until you play it. I've never played a Travel Time, so I thought it'd be cool to get one. But, I don't know. Should we get to that board on there? Might as well. Gotta get this day started. Gotta get my chair out of the way. I'm gonna get you. Do the normal. Let's do that. Comet Pinball. So yeah, Comet picked me up for another year of sponsorship, which is awesome. Totally awesome. Let's do that. The reason why we're going to do that is we're going to pull the board out of here and put it up on here where we can work on a little easier. I have to get my soda. Well, not it's my mechanic rack. Put that there, that there, this here. This is good, the light or the diet. They're both great. Gotta get this stuff. And can't beat that price either. 99 cents still. 99 cents. Jeez. And thank you, Miss Dippin' Donuts, for the 2 big jugs you got me. Those will get their time coming to them where I will be cracking them open. I'll probably be cracking them open on a Friday night and getting to them. Alright, what can we do with this? Make it a little easier for you guys. Let's switch to that camera. Mobile cam. Okay. And then we will switch to that light. I will have to move you a little bit over here. Alright. And we will move you right there. First thing we're going to do is get this playfield out. In order to get this playfield out, I will have to straddle all these cords and get it unplugged. I need to get both of these separated too, because they kind of intertwine with each other. That and that. Let's get them over the way here. I will get a zip tie. Those are 11 inch. I don't want to use those. 8 inch. We can use 8 inch. Don't use those that much. And as always, I take these and I will zip tie them to something out of my way. It just makes it easier doing everything if you got these out of your way. There. Alright. Get that out of the way. And we'll move you right there. We can get you up a little bit. Now we have the playfield totally unplugged. I'm verifying it. Flashlight we will throw in there, and as I jab my thumb, this can come out, and we will toss it in the trash. No, we won't. That is temporary out of the way, because we don't need it right now. Alright, I got you about as good as I can get you. Next. How was that light? Oh, that light's pretty good. Welcome to Mark's Basement Arcade. Thanks for stopping in. I am Mark from Mark's Basement Arcade. I do a bunch of EM repair how-to videos and all that cool stuff. Right now we're working on a Williams Little Chief. I am showing you how to get the main board assembly out of the game. And I will need my electric screwdriver to do so. First we're going to get this chime box out of the way. We can just unloosen the screws. And it will slide up. It's like a... Well, I don't need to do it that hard. And I will have to get to this bottom one. Oh, there's bottom two. I can smell dryer sheets. There we go. And that will unplug. Let's take a picture. I love taking pictures. Yes, I clean up the Jones plugs too. And I will smash the connectors a little tighter together to make sure that they close up really good. So I'm just gonna take a photo. That's all that is. There. I took a photo of all these connectors right here in case I bump them or unplug them or something like that. But yes, Jones plugs. These will all get cleaned. And we will disconnect the knocker now. And the chime. What I was saying about the chime, how it's like captive. You can see the holes here. So you can just unloosen the screw and give it up like that and it will come out. Same with these screws. They only use one screw on the bottom, even though they got two holes. This one gets tight and then these two get tight. You just give them a little loosen and lift her up like that and it just comes right off. So that's that. Now I will move these cords out of the way. Okay, this is a new one. This cord is attached to the board. That is new. I haven't seen that on a Williams yet. So okay, that means we will be removing. This is very Gottlieb to me. This board normally unplugs, but somebody did a Gottlieb style decision on this. So this will come off, I guess. These are awfully long screws. Normally this board, I never ever have to take it off. But for some reason it's like hardwired into it. Oh, the fuses. That's probably why. These fuses are normally on the board. Interesting. These two will get unplugged. What's nice about this is a 4-pin and this is a 5-pin Jones plug. So you shouldn't ever mix them up. There's one screw right here. We'll be taking it off. And there should be one other screw. Typical Williams has 2. I think I've had Gottliebs that had 4. And then there's one right here. I'll show you how big these puppies are as soon as I get this one out. These ones are usually kind of hard to get out at first because people usually don't remove this board at all. There we go. That's a big screw. Ooh. Come on, focus. You're focusing right through my hands. There we go. That's a big screw. 2 of them. Alright, we're loose. So now I want to get that out of there. I don't like how that's attached. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the cords that are laying over here, right there, and I'm going to lay them on top of it. The power cord. That will get laid on top. And one of the Jones plugs, cords that go to the head. So now this should just pull straight up now. This is not a real light piece because you got this giant transformer on it. But it's easier to work on taking it out. There we go. Huh. This I can actually slide over this way. There we go. We got this board here that went on to the wall. You can't really see it. That will be laying there. Yeah, I don't want to move the camera, but well, you've seen the board that was laying in the machine. Now we got the other Jones plug. This one, giant one, went up into the head. Comp cam. Not that one. Let's do this one. Mobile cam. You get seasick, aren't you? Alright, yeah, here's that board. This actually was screwed to the wall of the machine right there. Normally, this and this are on a mortar board. But for some reason, apparently no room or something like that, which there's enough room. This is normally over here more. These could have been moved over that way a little bit more, and then the counter is usually right around here, and then the fuse block is usually right here. I don't know why they went all Gottlieb on me and put this whole assembly on a board that's screwed together, but that's weird, very weird to me. Power cord, it's gonna get a new end on it. It seems to be really good. It just, we have no ground. As you can see, it's just a 2-pronger. So we'll be cutting this end off and putting a ground on it. So that will go off. Here's a closer shot of the chime. Somebody, instead of soldering, they put push clips onto this coil instead of soldering the lugs on. So when we're in there, we will correct this and solder them back on when we rebuild this assembly. As you can see, right in here, I don't know if you can see too good. Let me get my flashlight. You can kind of see. You can see rubber right here, the foam. There's none here anymore, and there's a little bit here, but it's mashed down. There you go, you can see better. This is why I do not use the foam anymore. I use Playfield old rubber rings for chime boxes, and they sound killer when I'm done. You can see what's left over of them here. You can just see how they get all crushed. And they just killed the chime box. Just totally killed it. Let's go inside here. I'll get my tools out of it. Okay. Why am I doing that? I don't need this big screwdriver anymore. Actually, the big screwdriver, 2 cameras. The big screwdriver, I use this screwdriver always just for removing the relay boards because it's got a big head on it, but for some reason I just use this one to remove that. And what else are we gonna, we'll probably start rebuilding these right away, but let's go through all these. I'm gonna look at them real quick and see if we have any that are a little goofy so I can show you. This is replaced, which is good. This was a working game, fully working game. It just needs a refresh. And these are all in pretty decent, well, 2 of these could use a little adjustment. Those are good. Those are good. And a couple of these could use a little adjustment. But basically what we're going to do here is rebuild these. What is this? This is it doesn't say, so let's see what it counts to. That'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This I'm guessing is the ball count unit. So that'd be game over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'm guessing this is the ball count unit. There's no sticker on it, but I would guess that's what that would be. Why is the refresh required? Are you subscribed to Mark's Basement Arcade at all? Because if you are, you might have seen that I got Roy Rogers The Entertainer cocktail pinball machine. I traded a shop job on this game here for the Roy Rogers The Entertainer. So he's getting a killer deal on a shop job, and I'm getting a killer deal on a really odd pinball machine. So it worked out good for us. This game, the big reason why we're doing a shop job on it is with the players, it was jumping around on players where you'd put a credit in, and it worked for player 1, but then if you put 2 credits in, it would go automatically to like a 4-player game, which was weird. So I'm thinking it's something with the coin settings. So I don't know exactly, but I will go through it and look at my other games and see what this is. I'm thinking maybe the coin adjustment here should have been down here. You know, something with it, because you had to coin up this game to credit it. So I'm thinking when you did that, you got like, oh, here we go. Off. This should be in 2. Okay, that is right. Here we go. This is it right here. There's the sticker here. Let me see if I can get it with my other camera. Yes, it's a friend deal. My friend Daryl, this is his game. And I'm like, Daryl, you know, let's make a deal here. I will shop your machine, and you will get a shop job. I mean, I will get a game. Right here, this is the issue. You got 1 coin equals 1 play, 2 coins equals 3 plays. So when you would credit this thing up, it was giving you put 1 coin in, and then when you do the next coin, you were getting 3 plays. So it was going like to 4 player for some reason. I don't totally understand why. If this jumper should be off or on, I don't know. We will figure that out and disable whatever it's doing, so you can hit the credit button twice and get 2 games instead of 4, which is just like a royal pain. So this is correct. 4 went in on position. Okay, it's an off position. Okay, this is actually right. This is in the right setting here. Let's zoom her back out a little bit. There's a jumper here that's in number 6 position. So this is all right. So I don't know why it's doing weird credit things. Maybe there's goop on one of the switches, or we get a broken wire or something. We will find that all out when we start tearing things apart. But when in on position, 10 cents should be in number 2 position, which it is, but we're not in 2 position. So So, but we're not in on position, we're in off. So this, I think, should be in the 1 position. I will have to look in the manual and see exactly how this is all going. But yeah, that's what we're doing. You can put in like 10 credits, and the minute you hit start a game, you'll get 1 game. 1 player will light up, and then you hit the start button again, and it will go to 4-player game, which we don't want. You want to be able to play 2 players or 3 players. So yeah, that shouldn't be, I'm guessing that shouldn't be in 6. I'm guessing that would be down here because we're not on. But I'm going to leave it where it's at, and we'll play around with that later because this is in the off position right here. It's totally not, we're not in on, we're in off. I don't know. So, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to be modding the coin unit to only work. You won't have to ever credit this game up again. So we will get rid of that. Alright. Well, it will still stay on the game, but we will get rid of that option. So let's check out this stepper. 1, 2, 3. Okay, this is the player unit. We're on player 1, player 2, player 3, player 4. That is working pretty good, except for all these fingers are bent, so just the tips are touching them, which I don't like. We will be tearing that apart and making it so the fingers should kind of like ride flat like this. They're kind of like riding on the tips, going around in a circle like that. I want them to ride flat, going around, so it gets the complete like connection on the board here. You'll see when we take it apart. I just gotta get some screws now. I mean, not screws. I will get some tools over here. I won't need my flashlight. What do we need? We'll need that, 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 that. Alright. I'll put this junk over here. Green one? Yep. I like, well, that one's loose already, or is it? No, is it a wrong, different size? This is 11/32. That's weird. No, they don't look dirty. I'll show you when I get it off. They're not really dirty. They're making contact, but I don't like the way that they're making contact. Let's put it that way. I believe they should be more of a flat. Here we go, 11/32. They should be more of a flat contact. And of course, that doesn't work due to how long it is. Yeah, it's 11/32. I just got a really long bolt on it. I'll get my camera in and we'll zoom in on it so you can see what more I'm explaining on it. I need to get a bin for screws and stuff. Let's get 2. So this is also my playfield jig, and you can see I modified it. I got a board going across here and a board going across here. That way we can work on games like, boards like this, and we're in a more comfortable setting. Otherwise, I would lay it on the thing, angle, and it was just more difficult because it would slide around more. Okay, let's get those off. Throw them in there. Lift it up and get these lock washers off. Same with that. I like doing both of these at one time because they're connected, kind of like right here. So if I unscrew both of them and then move them around, it makes it easier to manipulate one of them. But the steppers are working perfectly. It just, they need a little bit more of a different bite to them. Let's get this camera over here and spin it around. I have to unplug it and plug it in to a different outlet. Thankfully I got batteries in it, so it makes it so it doesn't go dead. And we should be, okay, there we go. Let's swap the camera. Mobile cam. Alright. Get this here. And you'll see more of what I'm talking about later. Alright. See how this one, I know it's kind of out of the picture a little bit. See how flat this one is, how it rides. You can barely see it. And the same with this one. But if you look at these, they're more pointed like that instead of being flat. Same with this one. This one is really bad here. You can kind of see if I move. Where's my flashlight? Alright, where did you put your... There, you put it on the table. You'll see more... Need a light on it. There, you can kind of see where these are more pointed down. Like this one should be more flatter. Same with this one. It should be more flatter like that instead of pointing up. And the same with this one. Yeah, you can't even see it. But I can adjust these and get them more flatter so they ride a little bit better on the contacts. It's just when you got them pointier like that and it's not on the full ball, you can get a little abnormal wear on the board and cause digging into it. And that's what we don't want. Yeah, that one I'm going to just have to adjust with it off. Yeah. That one I got almost right. We'll have to still adjust it when it's off. Let's mark these with a marker real quick. I always mark them at the top. Make sure they're a full reset. Mark that there, and the same with this one. So I know how they're pointing. There. You know this one goes up, and I did the exact same thing with the other one. And then another thing was we take pictures of all the contacts. We're gonna let's back you up a little bit. This is the right size. Yes, we will put, what are we hooked on? Right here. There's a hole that goes through the board here, and this way I can put the wrench on here and loosen it. There we go. That is on there tight. There we go. Let's get that off, and I want to see how good I can get that adjusted and put it right back on. But we're still cleaning this, fully cleaning this. I just untweaked it. There. Now that one's got a good contact on it. See how these are? Let's do a manual focus. Yeah, they are very clean. There we go. See how this is just like pointing down like that? It's actually riding right on the edge. I want to take these and get them more so this whole part of the ball here will ride on the contact instead of riding on the very edge of the board. Like more like how this one is. See how it's flat? When we push it down onto the board, it will flatten out like that. These got such an arch on them, they're riding more on the edge instead of on the ball here. This is like you take a BB and cut it in half. That's what the shape these are. So yeah, we will just tweak those, give them a little bend and twist, and get them so they're flat and they ride on the board better, because they're kind of making a little groove in it right now. So that can go over here. We can get you back on manual focus, and we'll get back to the other camera. We can just do one camera. And we'll do two. Alright. Let's zoom you in a little bit. So yeah, you can see that the board is pretty clean, but it does got some wear lines in it. Which way do I need to go? This way. You can see tighter. Yeah. You can kind of see, where's my little screwdriver right here? You can see right in here. It's got some lines, and that's just from the tips riding on there, but we can clean that off. It's just from the very tip of those, that the spider fingers riding on there, and it's scratching it. But otherwise, yeah, otherwise these are very clean. Like I said, they were working perfectly. It's just not as good fluid motion wise as I believe it should have worked. Alright, let's bring you up a little bit. Yeah, somebody cut it off. Dig it up here. Yeah, they pulled it right out of the cord. You know, they just pulled it right out. It's a grounded cord, but somebody pulled it out. They had a older house that had a two-prong outlet without a ground, and they just cut it off instead of just buying the little adapter to correct it. You know what I mean? All right. I'm going to loosen up this harness here. One, I need to do this anyways to clean the board. And two, it gives me a little more leeway for moving things. So I'll be cleaning off the board, I'll be vacuuming it. But yeah, it just gives me a little more movement. Alright, we got that like that. Now we take pictures. You would think, Mark, you work on these all the time, you know how they go, which I do. However, I still like taking pictures of where the springs are setting, just in case for some reason I forget. And if you've watched me before, you're like, yep, I know you've forgotten, Mark. Alright, first thing we're going to do is we will take this spring off, throw it in there. This spring we will take off and we will count how many winds it has. So we got 1, 2, 3. It's got 3 winds, which is good. That we always want to keep back for our attention. This, I will unloosen this screw right here and take this screw all the way out. And then this, I can just turn it like that, get it out of my way, and put this screw back. That lets me get off that a lot easier. And it keeps everything out of my way. This. I should have ate breakfast because I'm starving. This will come off here. But yeah, Mark's Basement Arcade, I do have fuller videos on rebuilding these. Better videos on rebuilding these because I can show more of them, more of the parts. I can reposition my camera, get it really pointing at it. I have the above camera right here that you can kind of see it. It's mounted on a tripod above us, and that's kind of like unmovable. And this is dirty here. You can see how gummy and junk that is, so we will clean that off. This will come right off as soon as I remove the E-clip. And again, I will tell everybody, if there's anybody new here, take one of these to the hardware store and go buy yourself extra 5 or 10 of them, because you may lose one, or you may get a machine that doesn't have one. And this is loose, which is good. But we're still going to clean it. I will get my junk. We need Q-tips, naphtha, super lube. Where's my other super lube? Where's my big one of super lube? Oh, it's probably in the game. Q-tips, I use these a lot for cleaning. These are just generic Target ones, Target brand. I like these because this is plastic. The regular Q-tips ones that you get, it's kind of like a cardboard. And if you're cleaning a little aggressively, you will break that cardboard. So that's one reason why I don't like them. But I think they have a, what do you call it, a softer one. Where is my Super Lube? My tube of Super Lube. Oh, where did I put that? Oh, I bet you I know where it is. It's right here. Yep. Da 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 da. It's right where I left it last. Alright. This piece we're gonna clean up with some naphtha. Right here. Get that right in there like that. That's a little bottle of naphtha I use. This is like one piece I always clean first. Because I want to, a lot of times this is sticky. And when that's sticky, the mech doesn't work properly. So I like cleaning this piece first. And then once this is dried out from the naphtha, then I'll put a little of, I have a pen of Super Lube, which is here. This is like liquid. I'll put a couple drops and then work it back and forth like that and get that all lubricated so it works good. Right now that's drying. And take one of my Q-tips, throw that over there, throw that here. Put a little naphtha on a Q-tip, and it will go in here and turn the end of the Q-tip black, cleaning all the crud that has accumulated over the years out of it. All that little bit just makes your steppers work a little bit harder than they need to. Alright, that is clean. Clean. Throw that over there. Q-tip can go in the garbage. I need my 3M pads. This is regular 3M Scotch-Brites. Don't buy the generic. They fall apart so easy and they're just a mess. You can tell this one I really used a lot. You can see through it. This one is probably close to garbage. Dun, 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 dun. Well, that's the wrong song. Dun, 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 dun. Garbage. Hey, what's up? What's up, CNK? So now I'm cleaning the shaft off of here, and this cleans and removes all the old gunky grease. This really didn't have a lot of like grease on it, but it had something on it, probably grease. But it also polishes it a little bit. You see, it's got a nice shine to it now. This, you don't really need to worry too much about it unless somebody put grease on it. I will naphtha it and wipe it off. But what we need to worry about is right here, this part of it, because that rests on there, and then the shaft here, you need to worry about it. Those are the two areas that we want clean, because they're the surface where it rides on a stepper. has cleaned, I will take my naphtha, wipe this off, make it look pretty. Take a little bit more naphtha. Yes, petrified grease will wreak havoc on old pinball machines. Steppers, everything, switches. I had bought a game that had bad sticky flippers, and when I went to go pick it up, it smelled like diesel. And I'm like, why does this thing smell like diesel? Was it around trucks or something? They're like, no, that flipper, you know, in the ad, you know, I said it was sticky, and I sprayed some fuel oil on it to free it up. I'm like, oh yeah, high power flipper, let's throw some fuel oil on it and plug her in a wall and watch her make beautiful colors. Might as well clean these springs off too. No, I never thought about going to Vegas to work. You're the Pinball Hall of Fame? Yeah. No. It'd be kind of cool, but no. Those machines, they do need I bet you a lot of them need a full going through. They could use that. Every EM out there right now, just about every EM that's out there right now should be fully gone through. If it hasn't been gone through once. Everyone should be tore down and fully gone through. If it hasn't, it needs a full tear down like this in order to keep it working flawlessly for years again. So right now you can, if you got one thing that's broke on it, you can fix it, and then later on you're working on another thing that's broke, and then you'll fix it, and then another thing, and then something goofy will happen, and you can't understand why, and it's because the chain of things are bad. So then you might as well just go through the whole machine and just go through it and clean every part, get every part done, and then you don't have to worry about it ever again. It takes anywhere from 15 to 30 hours depending on your machine or more. I'm going to 30 hours is because I was over that on Grand Prix, doing everything on that. Yes, I use the stopwatch. Do not ever use a stopwatch while you're working on a pinball machine, because you will not like your results realizing how many hours you put into it. And I can bang through these really quick if I'm not making videos. The videos are what slow me down. So, yeah, I can zip through this really quick. Let me just get some oil sleeves. I got a Pinball Parts Are Not coming out. If anybody hasn't seen them before, it's where I get packages in the mail, and oh, that one's missing a screw, and I'm like, is this pinball parts or not? Let's look in the cabinet and see if there's a screw down there. Flashlight. No. There's no screws in here. Oh, there's the screw. There's the screw. Okay. There's a screw for that coil stop. Coil stop's in good shape. So let's use another corner. of this. Yeah, Pinball Hall of Fame would kind of be good, cool, you know, like a dream job. But then, you know, I'm moving my kids and my wife, and is it their dream to live in Vegas? I think it would be cool. But for them, no, I don't. I don't think they would enjoy it at all. This is oily. This has oil on it, which is a no-no. There's oil inside that coil sleeve. This is why I replace coil sleeves. If you ever seen in my very first videos, you'll see that I cleaned the coil sleeves. That had totally bit me in the butt later on. I end up taking a lot of those coil sleeves out and putting brand new ones in. So my very, very, very first videos, like Captain Fantastic score reels, you'll see me reusing coil sleeves and cleaning them. No, that's bad. That's bad, okay? Here. This will come out, and this greasy, coated with something coil sleeve goes right in the garbage. This I've never had a problem with one of these. They always seem to like be perfect. Probably asking me, Mark, why you keep using that and screwing the cover back on. It's because Mark has tipped them over plenty of times and spilled big piles of naphtha all over, so Mark doesn't mess around with that anymore. Well, let's put this in there correctly. Was on there good? Yeah. Looked like somebody was playing with them and didn't put them on correctly. Screws, screwdriver. Okay. So if anybody you guys know, I sold Grand Prix yesterday. It went to a new home. Kind of sad about that, but the people it went to are awesome, so I know it's gonna be in a good place. I'm not sad on that part. I know it's gonna get taken care of, and if anything ever happens to it, I will be able to go and visit it. And yeah, those are tight, so I don't know why that one fell out. They're not like stripped or anything. So, oh, and here we'll put this. Here's my link for Mark's Basement Arcade. If you would like to buy some swag for Mark's Basement Arcade, you can do that, or look in any of my videos description, and if you want to make like a donation to me, that would be even better, because the swag, everybody takes a chunk out of it, and I get hardly anything out of it, because I'm just basically selling it for almost cost, just so people can have cool swag. And there's Midwest Gaming Classic, and we will talk about that. That will be coming up this is loose too, the last week of March, first week of April. Both of them are loose. 2022. So it is not just a pinball event, it is everything event. Let's get out of there. Come on, here we go. It's an everything event. It's pinball, It's arcade, it's RPG, it's cosplay, it's computer, console, it's board games, it's card games. If you look up gaming on the internet, that's what MGC is. It's all about gaming. Anything to do with gaming, that's what MGC is about. So, yeah, come to MGC, come visit me, say hi, Mark, you're awesome, you're the coolest person ever, anything like that. Shake my hand, take my picture, you know. Yeah, anything. No, but yeah, I fully support it because the cause of gaming is awesome. It's a good family activity for the whole family. You know, you can go to your local arcade like the Garcade in Menominee Falls. If you haven't been there, go there. It's $20 for all day free play. Visit the Garcade in Menominee Falls, thegarcade.com, or is it garcade.com? It's one of those two, but yeah, stop in and say hi to Gar, tell him I sent you. It's an awesome place to be in, the Garcade. But yeah, gaming is a really awesome thing for the whole family to experience. Let's get that in there. And I don't feel was like that. Yeah, it was. So yeah, gaming is something a whole family can have fun doing. So yeah, check out the Midwest Gaming Classic on that link there. Come visit, stop by, say hi. Don't say hi. Well, I develop that with every machine because I get so intimate with it, tearing it apart like this. And it's something, when you're done, it's a satisfaction thing to me, I guess, is when I see it and it's fully working better than what it did when I got it. It's clean. It's satisfying actually, and I do have some type of attachment with every game I work on or owned. Grand Prix, I really love that game. I really honestly love that game. It played so awesome. It was fun scoring. My last game I played on it, I got I think 1.9 million. It's a great game. So yeah, I did get emotionally attached to it. I hugged it before I left the house where I dropped it off and set it up. But like I said, the people I sold it to, they have my Hurricane also, so I'm welcome to go there anytime I want and play it. So if I had more time this past trip, I would have played Hurricane. I would have played their Lucky 7, which is going on right now on Mark's Basement Arcade. So if you want to see how Lucky 7, Williams Lucky 7 is getting restored, refurbished, not restored. If you want to see how that's getting refurbished, check it out. Now these contacts, we're only cleaning just a little bit here. You don't have to go over here because nothing is touching way over here. We're only riding right on this little edge here. So that's all we're cleaning. And why did my phone blink? Oh. Nothing I'm worried about. We're going to clean all these. Yeah, it's very weird how you get emotionally attached to a game and it's going to a good home. Put it this way. If I'm selling a game and I get bad vibes, off the person I'm selling it to. I will not sell it to them. You know, like if I'm selling a game that's like a project game, and if they're like, oh yeah, I'm just going to part this thing out, I'm not selling it. Because every project game I've had is fully rebuildable. Even including that lucky ace I had, which should have been a parts machine. It really should. And look how nice that turned out. That game should have been a parts machine. Just blew the dust out of there. Alright. Super Lobe. Oh yeah, that'd be the last time we do business. Yeah, it'd be the last time we would do business. I would do business with them. If I sold a great game, you know, that needed a rehab, and I found out they parted it out. Yeah, that'd be the last time I would do business with them. Because every game I've had, every full game I've had has been rebuildable. Even though Lucky Ace, that thing was so beat and just very poorly maintained through all the years, it was still a salvageable game, and I did bring it back from the dead. It was very close to be parting out. I even said many times that I should have parted this game out and not saved it. But yeah, it was. It turned out to be a great game, and the person I sold it to still has it, and they still love it. It was a beat game. The playfield was really destroyed on it. However, it plays great. It plays like new, and it's got a new life. It's a great player game. It's not a collector game because, you know, it had bad backlash and everything. But I sold it very cheap. I didn't make anything off that game. What I had into it was my time and, you know, new parts, but it still was. It went to a great person. All right, I gotta get the buzzer. If you don't know what the buzzer is, you never watch me. Buzzer is a Harbor Freight Dremel with actual real Dremel 443-bit on it. And I just unplugged my camera, which I can plug in back over here. There. Get out of the way. Those contacts were a little bit dirty. Yeah, they were a little bit, but they were working. They were still fully working. Yes, a little bit dirty, but they were fully working. I have two things to clean. I have to clean this leaf switch here. We will clean these. And I don't like that for these. And we'll go back to my old method for cleaning these, which is putting your finger on it like this so you don't bend it all up. And we're going to use the Scotch-Brite on it. And just go on it like that. Reason why, if you don't support it and you push on it with the Scotch-Brite to clean it, you are going to bend it all up really bad. So that's why I used the Scotch-Brite on it. And my finger to hold it where it's at. all good? Yeah. That, let's get the wheel back on there. We're going to put a little super lube right here. If I can find it. Let's put it back in one place mark and keep it there. But yeah, I don't believe in parting out a machine unless it's a like piece of a game. Like I got 2 playfields that were already partially parted out, so that didn't bother me. One was a Superstar that will be put back to good use. It will be a display of all Comet accessories on it, so you can see what Comet products will do for you, light bulbs and stuff like that. Yeah, it's a labor of love. That's what I tell a lot of people. You gotta love what you're doing on these. There we go, that's enough. I put way too much on before, and then I took way too much off. But yeah, the Superstar is going to be a display for all my Comet stuff. So when you come over, I can show you what LEDs will look like on a playfield versus no LEDs. Now we're going to start tweaking these leaves. That one we're going to tweak. We're going to give her a little bend up and a little bend like that. That's perfect already. This one we got to give a bend down to it. A little bend right there. See where we're at. That's good. These two need adjusting. Now always just bend them just a little bit. You don't want to overbend them, because the more you bend them, that one's good, the other one's bad yet. The more you bend them, the more you can break them, I guess. I haven't done it, but I guess you can. And then these 4 here. Let's see what we got. And I like all of them, except for this one. Okay, now I'm snapping them with my thumb to see how they're riding. And I don't have this in the right spot. I actually spun it all the way around in a circle. So then you put that back where it went. Get that like that. Now I can see how they're all riding. I believe they're all riding perfect. I just want to make sure that they got tension, good tension on them. If they don't snap back down and make that noise, I don't feel they have enough tension on them. And I believe they do now. And this nut here, you don't need to crank it down tight. Just crank it down till it stops. Or until it gets tight, which is about there. You still want this to move freely? I'll give it a little loose. I'll tighten it, doesn't matter. No, it's not mattering. Still doing the same. And those are all hitting where they need to. How about this one? Yeah. They're all riding right on the center of the pad. They're hitting right where they need to hit. I'm calling that good. All right, get you out of my way. All right, let's get this back together. This one, we will put a little super lube. That's way too much. What can I rub it on? Let's just rub it back on there. This is going on the shaft where it rides. And then, since this is metal, a metal plunger here, I'm going to put a little bit on that, just on the edge there. A little bit right here. And this, I think on both edges, because it acts with that. That will go like that. Because this goes in there like that. That's why we want to keep that. And then this washer, that will get wiped off. I should clean this out. It is dirty. Put some naphtha on a Q-tip. But yeah, you gotta love these machines in order to do this. If you don't have any type of love for them, you're not gonna put your all into cleaning a machine. I love the look of the customer or friend when they get their machine back and they see how more beautiful and more functional it is now versus when I first had it. That is my favorite part. Alright, take this. And we get 1, 2, 3. That feels good to me. Alright. This part. Maybe we'll take this off. Take the little cap off. We'll put a couple little drops of super lube on this. I'm flinging it back and forth to get the super lube to get all the way under there. You can actually hear it moves a little more a little more free, since I cleaned it and then lubed it. So now that moves by itself. Really super easy, like butter. Because this is pressed on, you can't get that off to clean it and lube underneath it. So this is pressed onto here. And then what I'll do is I'll take all the extra grease that's on the outside of it. That will all come off. Now this post here I don't have to lube because this is plastic. It will do itself. that. We'll go right into there. C-clip. Go back onto there. There we go. And give it a little spin. I always give it a spin. That way you know it's completely set in the channel correctly. Take this screw out. Put this back together. Come on. Let's grab it correctly first. I'll tighten this back up. So what was this? Was this a ball count unit? I don't remember. Or the player unit. I don't remember. 2 springs. One goes here, across the top. Which makes it fall in line. This one goes, it's got a big end on one side, a small end on the other side. So the small end goes on this side. The big end has to go underneath this. This is going to be tricky. Tricky, 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 tricky. It's tricky to rock around, That's right on time. It's tricky. It's tricky, 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 tricky. Whew. That will slide down and lock into a groove. And what do we got here? Full reset. That'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. Full reset. And this wipes itself. It's on player 1, player 2, player 3, player 4. Can't go no more. What was that? Oh. And that's it. It's fully rebuilt. Our guys making aluminum flipper bats and aluminum bushing. Aluminum bats are colored in these. If there are lighter, if the bats are lighter than the original ones, which are pretty light as they are, yes, you will get more power because you're taking something that's lighter and moving it. In order, if you take let's take a Pinto, and we'll take a 302 and we'll put it in that Pinto, and we will run a quarter mile with it and see what it can do. Now we'll take that same 302 and put it in a semi, and we'll see what the semi can do in a quarter mile. And that shows you the mass that you have with the power is going to dictate your speed. So if you can make the bat lighter, I know on Zach games, my friend Dave, he had took the Zach flippers off and he put the colored bats on, like hollow ones that are clear or whatever. They were much lighter than factory Zach flippers, and you could flip the ball up more. So yes, if you can decrease the weight of a flipper bat enough where it's perfect and reliable, you can get more of a flip. Downside is if you can get that ball to move a lot faster on your playfield, what are you going to start destroying? That's the other question. Are you going to start destroying things? Yeah, this is working perfect. Let's see how that's wiping now. See, these are all setting flat. Can we get that tighter? These are all setting perfectly flat now. on all the contacts. They're rolling just on the ball now instead of on the edge. And they're all tight. Yeah, I got that snap to them. They're all good. They're not crossed or anything. So, can we actuate this? And they're all hitting just one contact. They're not cross jumping into any other one. Because I've had that too. But yeah, these, you can see, where am I pointing? You can see it there. Can I get this a little tighter? How do I need to move this? There we go. You can see right here. There, that's perfect like that. You can see there's a line. There and here. See that line? That's from these riding on the edge instead of the ball. So, like I said, these contacts on the end here are like a ball bearing, like a BB, and they cut it in half and press fit it onto the end of these. And if you're, let me see if I have anything that's, I know I got balls upstairs. Do I have anything that's round or a ball down here that I can use? For an example, of course, when I need something, I don't have it. But when I do need something, I don't have it. Well, I could use these. No, that won't work. Anyways, yeah, I'll zoom this out. If you got the ball, we can use this. This will work. Here's your, we can zoom in, get it better on it. Ooh, did I move the camera when I did that? There. This is rubbing on the board here. This is rubbing like this. See how it's rubbing like that? It's even. It's wiping the board perfectly like that. The way the fingers were bent before, they were rubbing like this. They were going in an arch. They were going like that. Rubbing on the edge instead of rubbing flat. See, now you got a good footprint on the contact. You got a better contact now instead of riding like that. Let's do it like this so you can see it better. They were riding like that on the board, so it carved that slight little groove into it. And now I got them all riding on the board like this, which they should be. So I don't know if that was from the factory or somebody else had their hand in there many years ago and bent them all up. I'm thinking they were from the factory like that. But I don't know. But now they're all tweaked correctly. Oh, I shouldn't say tweaked correctly. Adjusted correctly. And we got a good full reset, a fast reset. And that is the ball count unit. And we're at 330. So I think we're gonna shut her down because I am starving. I didn't eat anything today. Nothing. So I think next week we're gonna get more. We'll rebuild this unit and then we'll get into the switches. This one's going to be really easy going because we got 2 leaves on it. We don't have to do any adjustment on it. We just got to tear it apart and clean it. So we can pound through that one really quick. This is a nicer one to rebuild because it's got more to it on the other side. So I think that's what we'll do. We'll save that one for next week. I will get it. It just sucks that there's not a lot of room on here. But the good thing is I'm really yanking on everything, so if I'm gonna break a wire, it's awesome. because if I break a wire, that means they were loose to begin with. I always say that if you be a little rough with the stuff, because you do want to break. Oh, look at that. That is not good. That is a long drip of solder that was acting like a wire. So I don't know if I moved it and it was touching something else at one time, and maybe that was, no, that wasn't. That was just stuck on there. I don't even know what I was saying anymore. But yeah, if you're pulling on these and you break a wire off, that wire was never on there good to begin with. So I don't mind manhandling these a little bit and then maybe breaking a wire off, because then I know it never was adjusted, soldered on good where it actually did break. So yeah, with that, I think we're gonna put these screw containers under here. I have a solar fire that I have to get working on. So all this is going to set on here. And then later on, I will take all this off and we will put the solar fire on here and work on the solar fire and get that working and get that back over to Dave's Arcade. So if you guys don't know Dave's Arcade, you should know Dave's Arcade. Follow him on Twitch and YouTube. He's one of my really good friends, along with Ryan. And Ryan is also TurboGrafx-7. And Ryan's taking a break right now because he's about to have a baby with his wife. So let's And again, if you're into modding your machine, try some Comet LEDs. They're the best on the market, hands down. Their customer support and service is top notch. I'm not saying that because they're a sponsor. I'm saying that from my personal dealings with them before they were a sponsor. I had a couple issues with a couple things, and they were just super for resolving everything. Every little issue I had with either a bad bulb or something I thought was in a kit, they made it right. They're just a solid company. You can get bulbs a little cheaper from overseas, but then you're dealing with cheap bulbs that are not made to higher specs. They're made to, well, be cheap and sold. They're just near the same weight as plastic. I don't know. The filter pads are near the same weight. If they're the same power and same weight, I don't think they're going to be more power or more control. Honestly, yes, the flipper bats do have a little deflection to them because they're plastic, so they're going to move a little bit. And then the flipper bushing is also plastic, so you're going to have a little bit of movement there too. But you still got your flipper rubber on there that makes it a little more sloppier for the hitting, because you can put I would think you could put the aluminum bats on with the aluminum bushings, and your flipper rubber is gonna take away from that. $100 a set. Yeah, I'll stick with my $4 ones. Your bushing of your flipper rubber is still going to dictate the how sloppy they are. You know what I mean? So yeah, you can take a little bit of sloppiness out by substituting the flex of a flipper bat and the flipper bushing that's also plastic, and make it more precise. So yeah, I can see you get a little bit more preciseness out of it. But is it going to be really that measurable of a difference? I don't know. I don't know if it's worth $100 a set. But yeah, they're going to be cooler than hell looking. You know, cool anodized flipper bat. It's going to look bad. It's just going to look so bad. But yeah, I don't know. $100 a set, that is crazy. I guess people are going to find out and see. But that's expensive, $100. I don't know. But Comet, thumbs up. Comet Pinball. Like I said, this has the Chinese LEDs in it right now, I think. I have never seen LEDs like this before. Do I have any here? I think I threw the one out that I had that was broke. Yeah, I must have threw it out. I had one that was burned out actually, so I threw it in the garbage. I did not. Yeah, I threw it out. Anyways, you know, a regular Comet bulb looks like a regular light bulbs. This looked like a Q-tip head on top of the socket. It was really crazy looking. There we go. There, that's a Chinesium LED bulb, which failed. It was one of the ones in the game. Let me get a Comet bulb and put it up next to it. No, I don't want one of those. I'll take one of these. Yeah, here we go. All right, Chinesium and Comet. Comet and Chinesium. See the difference? See how much smaller this one is? There. Chinesium and Comet. And this is burned out. I haven't had a Comet burned out yet. I've destroyed a Comet bulb because I had some bad sockets, and sometimes I'll put a little bit of extra solder on the end here to make the end a little bit longer, so when you put it into the socket you get a better connection. Instead of me replacing the socket, I just did that and I really overheated it and I destroyed the bulb. And that was my fault. I'm going to keep that bulb there for a comparison. But yeah, that was my fault. But otherwise I haven't had one fail yet. The Chinesium, I think there was two. No, there was one on here. Yeah, and that's it right there. That one that failed. That's a Chinesium bulb. Stuff is so good. So yeah, we'll get back to that next week. The weekend before August 27th, the weekend of August 27th. The weekend before August 27th, I don't know if I'll be streaming or not. The weekend of August 27th, which would be August 28th, you will not see me because that's my birthday party weekend. And this room's going to be blown up. I have to remove all the machines that aren't working and get all my machines that are working all together and set up and all that cool stuff. So I'll be taking all my streaming equipment down and putting it away so people can be down here playing games. Yeah, thanks for stopping in and commenting and chatting with me. I appreciate it. It makes the streaming fun. It sidetracks the stream so we can have different conversations instead of some of the stuff I'm working on. We can add to, you know, the streaming experience, which makes it really awesome. It's like when I stream at Dave's Arcade, the conversations that we go off onto are just like, we end up on food a lot. I don't know why we end up on food. It's something strange, but food always comes into play when we stream, which is really weird. But yeah, it's nice to just chat about other weird different things, and like you got with the flipper bats. I had no idea. I really don't go on Pinside much because I don't like how there's no notifications with your posts. You kind of have to go there and look all the time. I'm used to with other forums I've been in where you get a notification that somebody commented on your post. So then I can just be like, oh, click and go right to it. I don't have to be forced into checking it. So, yeah, I don't use Pinside much. I use Facebook. I get faster responses there, and I don't have to. I get a notification. But anyways, so yeah, we'll get back to that. Let me dump these screws in here. I was hoping to get a little further on that, but I forgot I had to take it out of the machine, and if I didn't take it out of the machine, I could have burned through both of those stepper units. But that will add more content to the next thing, because then we'll get working on the stepper unit. We'll finish that, and we'll go through some contacts, and we'll go through some vacuuming and a little bit of the score motor, and then I can pound that out after the stream and get it back in the game, and we can get to the playfield and tear that completely apart in pieces. But yeah, thank you everybody for being here, visiting. Yeah, okay, CNC Precision Flipper Bats. Where's my phone? Let me get to that right away so I can check it out. Okay, pin side. Go there. And then forum. Let's do a search. CNC Precision. I hate spell check. Let's see if we can just come up with CNC Precision. Review Precision Pinball Products CNC Flipper System. Is that it? Yeah, that sounds like it. Yes, okay. Why'd you go up that? So yeah, I'll check that out. By Diablo Rush 13 days ago. Well, he's got a lot of reading there. And they do kind of look sharp. Yeah, I can see them being more accurate, but how much more accurate? Are they going to be something that's going to be legal for like tournament or something like that? That's another question. Because it's kind of like adding something extra to your precision. And then somebody that's used to them playing on these, going into a league or tournament, then you're going to be at their house, and they're just going to be able to destroy you because you're not used to the difference in the bats. Yeah, I just wonder how like legal that would be with tournaments and leagues. But yeah, I'm gonna definitely check it out. I might just check it out on a computer. That way I don't have to sit there and be like, I'm old and I got the glasses with the bifocals. So put that there. I saw potential improvement or mod to home machines. Yeah, it is. I agree. It's just like how much of a difference is it gonna make to be $100 difference? You know what I mean? But I can understand it because I'm into cars, and I would spend $3,000 easily to dump another 100 or 200 horsepower into a car. So add a little bit more precision, a pinball machine for $100. Yeah, I guess I could see it. There's mods that are not needed on a game that are hundreds of dollars. Like my Beatles doesn't have a shaker motor on it, and I want to put a shaker motor on it. It's not needed. It doesn't do anything, but it's cool. It doesn't do anything for the game. I don't know if it might take away from the game because you're doing something and the ball's shaking the machine, the shaker shaking the machine, and it could. So yeah, I'd love to see them. I would love to try them on a machine and see if they're worth it, because that would sell me. If I noticed a big difference, yes, it would sell me and I would buy them. So if I knew somebody that had them, I'd love to try them, because then I'd probably buy them if they were that much of a difference. But yeah, plastic deflection and aluminum no deflection. Anyways, since I got rid of the Grand Prix and sold it, took some of that money, took my wife out for dinner last night, and we went to Peppino's Pizza in Menominee Falls, which is literally 2 blocks away from the Arcade in Menominee Falls, which is the best arcade in my area. $20 all day. You get a wristband. Get there when they open. You get your wristband on. Play for a couple hours. Leave. Go out to eat. Do something. Whatever. And you can come right back in because you got your wristband on and play even longer. I think the last time we went with the family, we were there for about 6 hours total. So we went there and played for a while. We went out to eat and then came back. And then went back and played. So it was like almost 6 hours we were gaming. And at $20 a person, you can't beat that. Because you go to any place and play pinball, it's like $1 a game. So that's 20 games right there. And that's basically what I do is pinball. But anyways, so yeah, I took her to Peppino's in Menominee Falls. It's a local restaurant. They used to be a chain. I don't know if they have any more. But yeah, great food. Pizza's like, and your eyes roll back in your head. But anyways, so yeah, I don't want to eat up anybody's more time to doing things because I am starving. I didn't eat anything today yet. And I was just like screwing around with everything, and I realized, I got to stream and I didn't eat. So anyways, yeah, I'll be back at Sunday at 2, and I'll have more pinball ideas for you. And you'll have things you'll want to talk about, and I will too. And if you watch Mr. Rogers, that might sound very familiar. So anyways, take care, everybody, and thank you all for stopping by. Check out Mark's Basement Arcade. Click that link and subscribe, please. Midwest Gaming Classic. You gotta stop by and see it. It's a 3-day event. It's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. They have auctions there too for games. I'll be there. Marco Pinball will be there. They're great people too. Stern will be there. American Pinball will be there. Chicago Gaming Company will be there. Deep Root will not be there. And if you're watching this on YouTube, there's going to be some cool stuff at the bottom of the video, because when I'm done with this, I rip it off of Twitch and upload it to YouTube, which I should do that dual streaming thing, but I haven't figured out how to do it yet. And I kind of like doing it this way. So anyways, take care everybody, and thank you for stopping in and spending some time with me, and I appreciate it. And what I always say, thumbs up and later.